Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danya if you're new here, and in today's video we are crafting for spring using items I found at Dollar Tree. I love Dollar Tree blanks because even if it's not your style, you can completely transform them and make it something that you would be so happy to have in your house. And I'm actually going to start off with this one. I love this blank because I'm always looking for these types of wooden pieces where I can customize the inside and do whatever I want. So even though this is not my style, it does not fit with, the other pieces of decor in my house, I'm going to paint over this using white chalk paint. And then I'm going to show you what I want to put on the inside instead. So I'm going to start off by painting this so that by the time it's dry, by the time we work on the other projects, it'll be dry and we can save this until the end. All right, the next thing I want to work on is this really pretty blank that I also bought from Dollar Tree, and it just says wooden blackboard dry erase. I actually picked up a couple, so you're gonna see some of them in other videos because I thought this area was really, really nice to add vinyl to. And actually, after we add the design, I also picked up one of these wooden bead garlands. It was $1.25 and it's a perfect size because I can actually use this, I think, for 3 different projects easily. So I want to glue it right here and that'll give it some really nice character. So right there, after we add the vinyl. Let me set this aside. Actually, rubbing alcohol first. All right, setting this aside. Let's start weeding out the design. This is a beautiful file with flowers and butterflies. I'll have it in the description box if you decide to download this as well. And I'll also have a link to the free trial for this website. If you decide to do that, you can download, I believe it's 10 free designs. It could be more because it might change, from when I'm filming to when you're watching this video. But if you click on the link, it'll tell you. And I honestly love all the options that they have. And it's a wonderful website for fonts as well. So it'll all be linked in the description box under each craft. So I'll have all the information organized by craft. So for example, for this one, it'll say wooden flower sign, for example. And then under it will be the information for the vinyl, the SVG, the free trial, what else? Transfer tape, and same applies for the next few projects as well. All right, that part is done. And then the pink goes behind the black outline and it looks so pretty. So these go behind the flowers and then these go behind some of the butterflies. And there's also a green part to the design and it goes behind these. So it's gorgeous. All right, I'm just trying to measure and see how many beads I want so that I can glue them down before placing the vinyl. That way we know exactly where the design is going. Okay, I think that's enough. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Perfect. Now I'm gonna cut this and I'm gonna do my best to hold on to both sides so that we don't completely, gosh, how am I gonna do this? All right, you know what? At least I'll hold on to this side because that other side will be fine. Okay, now I wonder if I can untie this and use, yeah, I should be able to. I love this weeding tool. I use it for so many things. So far, so good. Because I like the rope that they have. It's perfect. Let's just hope it doesn't unravel. You get a good number of beads for $1.25. And yeah, I think I can easily use it for 3 different projects. All right, perfect. Yes, wonderful. Now, how many did we say? 2, 4, oops, 6, 8, 10. All right. And I'm just gonna grab my glue gun. Okay, and I just want it to fall onto it naturally, but let's add some glue to the back first to hold it in place. I should really grab those finger protectors. Is that what they're called? Okay, I'm gonna give it a few seconds to dry. Oh my gosh, how perfect does that look? All right, now we can move on to the next step and add the vinyl. Let me just clean these up and put them somewhere safe. And I'm definitely gonna be using these again, maybe in next week's video, we'll see. Now that that's ready, let's use the transfer tape to transfer the design on. But before I place it onto the surface, I'm actually gonna add the pink and blue layers behind it first because they're meant to be behind the black outline. And I'm just referencing the design on my computer, and it's beautiful. It's meant to be almost like off center. So I'll show you what I mean. And actually, I won't be using the transfer tape because I'm just gonna line it up all the way on the bottom. I love the colors. Okay, just making sure it completely made it onto the surface. Oh my gosh, how beautiful. All right. I'm gonna grab a smaller piece for the butterflies. And so some of the butterflies have a pink layer or blob behind them and some don't. So I'm just going to randomly be placing some of them with and some without. So let's start right here. And this is why I wanted to place the beads down first, because visually I wanted to be able to see how it was going to look right away. All right, perfect. Oh my gosh, I can't get over how much I love this design, and it turned out so perfect on this wooden blank. How about we do one of these right here, and then maybe one pink one here. I don't want it to exactly match the butterfly on top, so maybe it's closer to the flowers, like that. And then let's do, maybe I can cut this in half and add just a little bit of that pink behind this one. Although I already have one over here. Maybe another one of these, kind of like this. Yeah, I like that. Let's add the pink layer as well. And all the extra butterflies that you see, I'll just use them for other projects, or I'm sure my daughter would love to make something with these. Okay, what did we say? Perfect. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Look at that. How pretty did that turn out? Seriously. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Next, I also want to work on one of these wooden signs, and this is actually for a friend, but I love the shape so much that I was like, this is too nice not to customize. So let's add some rubbing alcohol and let it dry while I explain what I'm thinking of doing. So I bought these really pretty glass mosaic pieces, and the colors were too pretty to pass up. These beautiful pastel pink, purple, yellow, blue. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna glue a few pieces down here, and then above it I'll have this Hello Spring, and I have some butterflies that I'll have all around. So let's first weed out the design, and then I can glue, I think I'll glue the mosaic first before I add the vinyl to the surface. And I'm just gonna use my glue gun to glue these down. Honestly, if it's something that works with a glue gun, that's always gonna be my number one go-to. It's just easy and fast, and let me just double check. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'll do, let's open this up. I'm thinking I'll do either 1 or 2 rows on the bottom. Let's see. And I'm just randomly placing these down, but I probably won't want the same color repeated twice in a row. Let's see. I wonder, does this have an adhesive? No. Okay. I was going to say that would have been perfect. Have you ever seen these before at your store? This was my first time seeing them, and they're so pretty. Okay. I can't decide if I want to do 1 or 2 rows. Let's see. Uh-oh. Oh, of course. That would have been too easy. Okay. So if it's not gonna fit that way, then we will have, let me see if this works better. If we have Hello Spring here, and we just do a line on the bottom and one on top, kind of like framing it in, I think that would look pretty. And then the butterflies can either be, let's see, can either be on the top and bottom, or just on the top. Okay, and I know it's not straight. I'll fix that in a minute. You know what? I'm not really liking this on top. So instead, I'm gonna play around with it for a few minutes until I find the perfect placement. Okay, yep, that's what we're going with. I know they're still crooked, but this is the pattern that I'm gonna go with, and I love it. All right, let me grab my glue gun. And I'll go in and remove all the glue gun streaks once I'm done. But I will say, if you decide to recreate this project or something similar, I think using liquid glue might be the smarter choice because it gives you some wiggle room. The glue gun is usually fast, but for some reason with this surface, it was even faster. So I couldn't even, you know, adjust or move them if I felt like they weren't perfect. So far so good. Gosh, I love the colors. All right, let me just grab transfer tape. Now all the glue gun streaks are everywhere. Okay. Wonderful. I'm so excited about this. What's your favorite thing to do in the spring? I've wanted to go see the cherry blossoms in DC for so many years, and it just never works out. Even though I've been there once or twice during spring, but I just never have the time to actually go to the downtown. I should say I was in Virginia a couple times, not DC during spring, but you know, it's close enough where I could go. I just never had the chance to. Okay, let's see. I think I like that placement. And I should just say this is parchment paper and it just helps me line it up before I'm ready to commit. Okay, looks like it needs to just move slightly. Okay, perfect. And going back to the adhesive, I think if you use something other than a glue gun, you won't have, you see how there's like, you can see the extra coming out of the sides. And I'm going to go in with my weeding tool and remove as much as I can. But I think if you're using a liquid glue where it dries clear, that might be a little bit nicer. All right. So this vinyl has a film on it that I always forget to remove. And that's what's happening right now. Let's get rid of this. And when that happens, I can no longer reuse the transfer tape because it's all on it. All right, perfect. Now let's grab a small piece for the butterflies. And I purposely wanted the colors to kind of match the mosaic. So, you know, gold and yellow and then the light pink. It turned out even more perfect than I imagined. I love how this looks. My gosh. And I'm really loving this house blank. Let's see. How about we have one coming out of the yellow mosaic almost. All right. Oh my goodness. This is my favorite already before we even finish the rest. I love it so much. Gosh, what do you think of this? All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, bringing this back in, I ended up adding 2 more coats of paint just to completely cover up the wording and the background, and it looks perfect now. So what I want to do is I actually have this really pretty design, which was a PNG. So I used the print then cut method, and I printed it on sticker paper. So I used glossy sticker paper because I just wanted to stick it right here in the center. But I will say, I don't know what was going on with my Cricut. It gave me such a hard time. So the first time it was my mistake. I forgot to add an offset, and so it was trying to cut all the teeny tiny insides. Oh my gosh, I was about to lose my mind. So I paused, or I, turned it off, and I told it to stop, and then I did the offset. And then even afterwards, it took like 2 or 3 tries. So just so you know, no machine is perfect. It's all about trial and error. Even after doing this for many, many years, I still sometimes, suffer through the mood swings that the machine likes to go through. So I just wanted to share that. Now, this is a very beautiful file that I downloaded, and I'll have the link in the description box if you want to purchase this as well. She had the flowers separate, and you can kind of arrange them however you want to. So this was the arrangement that I decided to go with. I love the colors, very fresh and pretty and perfect for spring. So I'm just gonna grab my tweezers. All right, let's see. How about I start with, I'll start with the bigger piece, and then the butterfly can go second. Perfect. And I'm just gonna peel this off. And I didn't do anything special with the sticker paper. I just ran it through my printer and then placed it on the Cricut mat and let the Cricut do its thing. When it was finally, in the mood to. Yeah, I'll have the butterfly right here. Gosh, how pretty did that turn out? I love it. Such a simple project. I mean, behind the scenes, it wasn't very simple, getting it to print. But once it came out, it's very simple. All right, let me bring in all the projects. Gosh, how beautiful did these projects turn out? I mean, I love spring. I love the colors. I love pastels. This is just so me. So working on these made me so happy. Honestly, gosh, I love this so much. And I have enough to do 2 more, I think. Yeah, I feel like I could easily do 2 more of these. I wish I picked up more. How many? I still have a couple of these, but honestly, I wish I picked up more because they're so perfect. You can do so many different things. I mean, this is a completely different look than this, just adding the beads. You can even do something with ribbon, on top. It's just, there are so many different options that you could do. I really hope you enjoyed the projects, and if you made it till the end, leave a flower emoji. You are the best. I love you all so much. You're the sweetest crafting community. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye.